Wait a minute. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to this MTA Food Board meeting analysis. This is Jason Anthony Pinero speaking live
Hey.
with Omar Vera. We are here at LaGuardia's Terminal B, and we're going to do together this MTA Food Board analysis. As you guys know, the MTA Food Board passed a resolution to redesign the Staten Island Express bus network, despite the fact that two of the public speakers this morning spoke opposed the plan because they want the current network that will be until August 19th, that the redesigned bus network will enter in effect. And a couple of things that was mentioned in this morning's full board meeting is that one, the MTA is going to do a full investigation regarding an incident that happened 5 years ago involving a Metro North employee that was wearing a black mask, and nobody in the management level did anything to either suspend this employee or fire this employee. Instead, this employee got promoted to a higher position, and now Joe Loda and Catherine Rinaldi, the president of Metro North, are going to make a thorough investigation about this incident, despite the fact that happened 5 years ago. But they're taking action. Another thing mentioned on this morning's full board meeting is the incident involving a Q train conductor that was punched in the face at Prospect Park Station. Joe Lola said in a statement yesterday that during his mandate there will be zero tolerance to any kind of incident against transit employees. Because like he said yesterday, the New York Post, an attack on one of our employees
is an attack on all of us.
It's an attack on all of us. So that being said, couple of heads up for this weekend. The service will resume this Sunday on the 2 and 3 between Manhattan and Brooklyn after a long year of weekend service disruptions because of the Clark Street rehabilitation. This upcoming Friday, 30th and 36th, right, Omar?
Yes, 30th and 36th Avenues will reopen
30th
on the
and
Astoria line.
30th Avenue and 36th Avenue on the Astoria line will reopen. And on July 2nd, we have 39th and Broadway, correct,
Yes,
Omar?
closed for phase 2 of the Enhanced Station Initiative on the Astoria line, the N and W trains.
And also, we have on July 9th, 57th, right?
Yes.
57th and 6th Avenue on the 6th Avenue line. And then we have 28th Street on Lexington Avenue line that will close July 16th. And on July 23rd, 23rd Street on 6th Avenue line. Although that the service on the cycle path, like we call it, won't be affected due to this station closure for the Enhanced Station Initiative that was mandated by Governor Cuomo. And we are still waiting news regarding the naming of David Mack to the board of the MTA, replacing John Malloy representing the Nassau County. So It is right now 2 minutes after 4 o'clock. We are here at LaGuardia Airport, Terminal B, doing sightseeing of the terminal. And of course, let's re-mention what I mentioned earlier in the Periscope video. Right after the food board ended, I had the pleasure to speak with Philip Ang recalling two things. One, the temporary platforms at Woodside during sporting events. I indicated to him the negative effects that this has of commuters going to Long Island via Woodside, that they use the 7 train. Yes, Matt. As a matter of fact, the PAF station on 23rd Street will be open during the station closure. But like I was mentioning, I had the pleasure of speaking to Philip Ang regarding the temporary platforms at Woodside during sporting events. He responded that he will take a look at this situation because, of course, we know the influx of commuters taking the 7 train from Metro Point to Woodside to access all other branches of the Long Island Railroad except the Port Washington branch. And another thing that we discussed with Phil Ang is the fact that why the Long Island Railroad was using the cheese buses. And he replied the following: we're not longer using cheese buses, in other words, school buses, because they terminated the contract with the company. And he indicated to me that the Long Island Railroad did an agreement with New York City Transit to use some of their buses when service is suspended due to planned or unplanned service change on the Long Island Railroad. So our conversation with Philip Ang is not over yet. We're gonna keep working with Philip Ang and the Long Island Railroad, and next we're gonna keep working with Catherine Rinaldi and keep working with Andy Byford to make our New York City Transit the greatest transit system, not only in the U.S., in the whole wide world.
That's right. Not just that, but as President Byford says, modernize it from top to bottom.
Of course, using that reference of top to bottom modernization, we already regarding the air train LaGuardia, I had a private conversation with Pat Foy regarding the closure of the Casey Stengel bus depot. He indicated to me that there's conversations between the Port Authority and the MTA, but nothing is officially yet on the table about the air train, about the air train to over here to LaGuardia Airport.
So nothing's like set in stone yet.
Exactly. Nothing is concrete yet, although that the plan is there since Pat Foy was in his last board meeting in the Port Authority that he approved.
Yes.
He essentially approved a $26 million 10-year capital plan before coming to east of Hudson to be the president of the MTA. And he indicated to me that at this point of time, there are between the communication between the MTA and the Port Authority is in its best times within 20 years. Matt Camper, I totally agree with you in that comment. And but of course, since that you live in Long Island, and sometimes you don't have the time of going to the board meetings, if you see anything abnormal in the railroad, just let me know, and I'll talk it over with Philip Ang. And basically, we are getting ready for lots of good things, and we're gonna work together, not as individuals like Matt, Vincent, Omar, and myself, and Andy. We're gonna work as a team.
Indeed, teamwork makes success.
Exactly, Omar. Team makes success. And not only that, we are having those people that are in charge in our favor. That's a good thing. As a matter of fact, Matt, I have been to Borough Hall. Borough Hall is near where I live at. We're still receiving reports of one person hurt, but nothing official from New York City Transit. Omar, if you could check your Twitter feed, if New York City Transit posted something regarding the incident at Borough Hall.
I can't. This thing will not load. Let me just.
Because we received a notification from Patch that informed regarding this incident at Borough Hall. But as you know, Borough Hall is an old station. The ceiling could crumble just like every other station in the system.
Like 181st Street had a problem back in 2009. 181st on the one.
Right, 181st and the one. But that's why, to prevent problems like this, Governor Cuomo is doing the Enhanced Station Initiative. But he's starting to do this in phases. But as we know, there's one particular package that is getting my attention. It is to both 34th Street Penn Station stations. And of course, as you guys know, Joe Lola, he could be the chairman of the MTA, but also he's a member of the board of MSG. Thanks, Matt. Omar. Matt Camper is telling us that Manhattan about 4 or 5 trains are bypassing Borough Hall.
In both directions, right?
Matt, tell us if it's on both directions or towards Manhattan only. Because if it happened on the Manhattan side, so I will think that it's towards Manhattan only. So, continuing with what we was discussing regarding both 34th Street Penn Station, is that Joe Loda has ties with MSG due to the fact that he has a $1 million contract with MSG and serving as part of the board.
Only towards Manhattan. All right.
Thanks, Matt, for the heads up. And Joe Loda is NYU's dean. So, having that in mind,
there's a potential conflict of interest.
There has been a potential conflict of interest since that 1 year ago, during the MTA full board meeting, board member Andrew Soule said this, and I quote, "When we will have a permanent chairman. And that same night, out of nowhere, we saw Joe Luna via Skype accepting Governor Cuomo's request of returning as a
In his
chairman
official offer, yep.
of the MTA after how many years?
5 years. Well, 4.5 years, because you remember, he resigned at the end of 2012 in order to run for New York City mayor.
And of course, he was defeated by now
Yes.
Mayor Warren Wilhelm Jr. So in a future YouTube video, we will analyze Joe Luna's one year as chairman of the MTA from 2017 to now 2018. The shakeup in terms of leadership, and of course the welcoming of Andy Byford to our area. So having that in mind, is 14 minutes after 4 o'clock. Thanks a lot for watching us during this Wednesday. Remember to follow us in social media, and we will see you next time.